Chapter 1. Are you constantly butting heads with your partner? Do you feel like you're speaking different languages? Look, disagreements are a normal part of any relationship, but if you're experiencing these 7 signs, you might be in an incompatible relationship. And that's okay. Recognizing the signs is the first step to figuring out what you really need in a partner. So let's dive in and uncover the truth about your relationship. Are you ready to take a hard look in the mirror and face the music? Let's do this. If you find this video helpful, please like it, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to Love Lens for more insights on relationships. Discover love, one frame at a time, through Love Lens. Chapter 2. Now, right from the get-go, this can tell you a great deal about how good of a match you and your partner make. If you have a hard time understanding how they're feeling, what they're thinking, or what they need, then they might not be the one for you, and vice versa. It is better to be with someone you can be in sync with, someone who picks up and understands your non-verbal cues, discerns the tone of your voice, and gets what you try to tell them. Otherwise, miscommunication and misunderstandings can pile up in your relationship, leading to resentment and frustration. Think about it. How many arguments stem from simply not understanding where the other person is coming from? You deserve to be with someone who truly sees you, hears you, and understands you. Someone who gets you on an instinctual level. Don't settle for a relationship where you're constantly feeling misunderstood or like you have to walk on eggshells. You deserve to be with someone who celebrates your authentic self and appreciates you for who you are. Chapter 3. We've all heard the saying, opposites attract. And while it's technically true that opposites do attract, every solid, healthy couple should share at least a few core similarities. This doesn't mean having to like all the same music or movies that they do, or even sharing the same hobbies. In fact, it can even be refreshing to be in a relationship with someone so radically different from yourself. It broadens your horizons, right? Sadly, though, the excitement of those differences won't last forever. If the similarities are too scarce or non-existent, once the new and shiny effect wears off, you're both left with someone who doesn't share the same humor, interests, values, ideals, or principles. And that makes it really difficult to relate to one another in any meaningful way. Look, I'm all for trying new things and stepping outside your comfort zone, but when it comes to core values and beliefs, you need to be on the same page with your partner. You need that foundation of shared understanding and respect to build a lasting relationship. So, take a good, hard look at your relationship. Are your differences something you can live with and appreciate in the long run? Or are they fundamental differences that are causing a rift between you? Honesty is key here, folks. Don't fool yourselves into thinking things will magically change down the line. Chapter 4. Now, the hallmark of any strong, healthy relationship is having a partner who gives you the drive and motivation to change for the better. In fact, that's the point. It must be something you want for yourself, your idea, not theirs alone. Despite your partner expressing irritation or dissatisfaction with the current you, it is generally ineffective and not sustainable if you are forcing change on yourself solely because they want it and you don't. You have to want it for you. This goes for many things, whether it's the way you dress, speak, or who you hang out with. Only you have the right to decide who you want to be. If you don't feel comfortable showing your true colors to your significant other, even in a private setting, this is a definite red flag. Let me be crystal clear. Attempting to mold your partner into someone they're not is a recipe for disaster. It breeds resentment, kills intimacy, and ultimately leads to the demise of the relationship. A loving relationship is about acceptance, support, and encouraging each other to grow into the best versions of yourselves. It's about celebrating your individuality while navigating life's journey together. So ask yourselves, are you trying to change your partner, or are you encouraging them to grow in ways that align with their own values and aspirations? There's a big difference, folks. And trust me, trying to force change will only backfire in the end. Chapter 5. Let's face it, folks. Disagreements are a part of life. It's perfectly normal and healthy to disagree with your partner about something from time to time, especially if it's over something that's important to the two of you. We didn't choose this person, so we could be with a clone of ourselves. But here's the catch. The disagreements become a problem when the arguing is constant and over even the tiniest of things. You find yourselves locking horns over who unloaded the dishwasher last or what you're having for dinner. It's exhausting, isn't it? And it's even unhealthier when the fighting turns dirty, shouting, name-calling, humiliating each other, holding grudges and emotional blackmail. That's crossing a line, folks. Being in a relationship with a partner who tends to bring out mostly the ugliest side of you is never good. It's toxic, it's draining, and it's a clear sign that something's got to give. Ask yourselves, are your arguments constructive, leading to resolution and understanding, or are they destructive, leaving you feeling emotionally battered and bruised? If it's the latter, it's time to take a long, hard look at your communication patterns and whether this relationship is truly serving you. Chapter 6. You attain peace by avoiding all the problems. Now, we've talked about the dangers of constant arguing, but here's the flip side. It's also not healthy for a couple to never disagree about anything. It's all about moderation, folks. You need to be honest and communicate openly with one another about how you feel, even if it is not in agreement with the other person. Constant pretending everything is okay or blind agreement to the wants of the other person does not make the relationship stronger and may in fact result in a catastrophic blow-up later. Conflict can be a positive, bond-building event if it can be given and taken constructively. It then can lead to personal growth and a deeper mutual understanding. Think about it. If you're constantly biting your tongue and suppressing your true feelings to avoid conflict, resentment will build up over time. It's like a pressure cooker waiting to explode. A healthy relationship requires open and honest communication, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about feeling safe to express your needs and concerns without fear of judgment or retaliation. So, ask yourselves, are you truly being authentic in your relationship? Or are you sweeping important issues under the rug to maintain a false sense of peace? Remember, true intimacy requires vulnerability and a willingness to address conflict head-on. Chapter 7. Your socializing is isolated from everyone else. Now, let's talk about your social life for a minute. Do you find that when you and your partner go out, it is nearly always only with each other? No friends, parties, or group hangouts? Do you never spend any time with their friends? Have you even met their friends? Is their family still a group of mystery people you've never been introduced to, even though you've been together for a while? If you answered yes to any of these, this could be a potential red flag. It's important that you spend time with your partner's loved ones and get to know them better. Couples who make the effort to be close with the other important people in their partner's lives tend to have longer and happier relationships. Look, I understand wanting to spend quality time with your significant other, but isolating yourselves from the outside world can be a sign of trouble. It can create an unhealthy dependence on each other and prevent you from nurturing other important relationships in your lives. A healthy relationship involves a balance of togetherness and independence. It's about supporting each other's social connections and interests, even if they don't always align. So take a look at your social calendar. Are you making time for friends and family? Or are you constantly holed up with your partner? Remember, a strong relationship should enhance your life, not isolate you from the people you care about. Chapter 8. You're not attracted to them. And finally, folks, let's talk about the elephant in the room attraction. Because let's face it, even when everything seems perfect on paper, if you don't have any romance or chemistry, it's simply not going to work. Without even an inkling of those factors, you might have a best friend, but not necessarily a significant other. The result is that you will naturally be drawn to people you have that more than friends attraction to. The triarchic theory of love by Robert Sternberg even states that although intimacy and commitment are present, without passion, the love you share will only be platonic, like the love shared between your friends and family. Physical attraction is important, folks. It's what initially draws you to another person and creates that spark. And while physical attraction can ebb and flow over time, it's important to have a strong foundation of attraction from the get-go. Now, I'm not saying you need to be head over heels in love from the moment you meet. but there needs to be that initial spark, that physical chemistry that draws you to your partner. So, be honest with yourselves. Are you attracted to your partner? Do you find them physically appealing? If the answer is no, or if the spark has fizzled out completely, it's time to have a serious conversation about the future of your relationship. Outro in conclusion. So there you have it, folks. 7 signs that you might be in an incompatible relationship. Remember, recognizing the signs is just the first step. The real work comes in deciding what you're going to do about it. We hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new about yourself and others. Please like, share, give feedback or comment below. Let us know what you'd like to see next. Thank you for watching.